Let's kick things off with Rachel from Tower of God. She's the kind of character that really gets your blood boiling. At first, she comes off as Bam's close friend, all sweet and dreamy, going on about seeing the stars. But don't let that fool you. Behind that angelic face lies one of the most despicable traitors in anime. What makes her so hated? Simple. Her disgusting betrayal. Rachel doesn't just turn her back on Bam, she literally pushes him to his death. And the worst part? Afterwards, she plays the victim, acting all innocent. It's enough to make your stomach turn, seeing how she manipulates everyone around her. The pushing scene is just the beginning. Rachel continues her journey of fakeness, lying and deceiving left and right. Every time she shows up on screen, you just want to scream in frustration. She has this annoying ability to act all nice while stabbing others in the back. And don't think she gets better over time. Rachel stays strong in her role as the number one phony. With each episode, she finds new ways to be selfish and treacherous, always hiding behind that mask of innocence that doesn't fool anyone anymore. What makes Rachel so detestable is precisely this combination of betrayal, fakeness, and constant manipulation. She's the type of character that makes you root for someone to finally uncover her lies and put her in her place. Rachel is a symbol of everything rotten in human relationships. Her journey in the tower is a bitter reminder of how some people are capable of stepping on anyone to achieve their goals. That's why, years after her betrayal, she still provokes a mix of anger and pity in fans, reminding us of the high price of unbridled ambition. Shou from Fullmetal Alchemist is the kind of character that makes your blood run cold. At first glance, he seems like a dedicated scientist and a loving father. But don't be fooled by this facade. Behind that friendly smile lurks a monster capable of unimaginable atrocities. Tucker's cruelty goes beyond any moral boundary. He uses his own daughter, Nina, and her dog, Alexander, as guinea pigs in a grotesque alchemy experiment. The result? A deformed, suffering chimera, incapable of living a normal life. All this just to maintain his status as an alchemist and keep lining his pockets. This scene is a gut punch to anyone watching. Seeing Nina transformed, barely able to speak, calling Edward Big Brother with that distorted voice, it's heartbreaking and stomach-churning at the same time. And Tucker? He just stands there, cold as ice, trying to justify the unjustifiable. What makes Tucker so repulsive is his total lack of humanity. He betrays his daughter's trust, destroys her life, and still has the audacity to play the victim of circumstances. It's the kind of calculated evil that makes you question human nature itself. Years have passed since Fullmetal Alchemist aired, but the anger that Shou provokes is still alive. He's become the archetype of the unscrupulous scientist, the one who sacrifices everything and everyone in the name of progress. Tucker is living proof that true monsters often hide behind smiles and respectable titles. In the end, Shou became synonymous with monstrosity disguised as genius, serving as a disturbing reminder of how low someone can sink when they abandon all morality and empathy. Griffith from Berserk is the kind of character that makes you rethink a lot of things. At the beginning of the story, he presents himself as a charismatic leader, every warrior's dream. Handsome, strong, intelligent. It seemed too good to be true, and it really was. Griffith's betrayal goes way beyond simply switching sides. This bastard sacrifices his entire army, people who blindly trusted him, in a demonic ceremony to become a superior being. And it doesn't stop there. He commits a horrible and unforgivable act against Casca in front of Guts, his supposed best friend, just to prove a point. It's stomach-turning just thinking about it. The eclipse scene is one of the most disturbing in anime history. Seeing Griffith transformed into Femto, massacring his own comrades without an ounce of remorse. It's the kind of thing that gets burned into your mind. The coldness in his eyes while committing these horrible acts is spine-chilling. What makes Griffith so detestable is how he maintains this facade of nobility even after everything. He resurfaces as a kind of savior, manipulating the masses while hiding his true monstrous nature. It's infuriating to see how he manages to fool so many people after all he's done. Even years after reading or watching Berserk, the name Griffith still provokes a visceral anger in fans. He's become the symbol of unbridled ambition, of selfishness taken to the extreme. Griffith is proof that sometimes the most terrible monsters are those we once considered heroes. In the end, Griffith isn't just an anime villain. He's a brutal reminder of how power and ambition can corrupt even seemingly noble souls. And that's why, even after so long, he remains one of the most hated and unforgettable characters in the world of manga and anime. Melromarc, that spoiled and manipulative princess, is the definition of a treacherous snake in human form. From the very first episode, she reveals herself as a compulsive liar and a first-class cheater. Malty's wickedness knows no bounds. She falsely accuses the S.H.I.E.L.D. hero of a heinous crime, destroying his reputation in a matter of hours. And it doesn't stop there. This Viper keeps lying, stealing and manipulating everything and everyone around her, without an ounce of remorse. What makes Malty so detestable is her ability to play the victim while destroying lives. She uses her princess status to get away with everything, always with that cynical smile on her face. It's nauseating to see how she manages to fool so many good people with her blatant lies. Every scene with Malty is a test of patience for the viewer, watching her plot her schemes, sabotaging the S.H.I.E.L.D. hero's efforts, and still playing innocent. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to reach through the screen and give her a good shake. The worst part? Malty has no noble motive behind her actions. She's driven by pure selfishness and thirst for power. It doesn't matter how many lives she destroys or how many kingdoms she puts at risk, as long as she comes out on top. Her journey in the rising of the S.H.I.E.L.D. hero is a bitter reminder of how some people are capable of anything to achieve their selfish goals, no matter who they hurt in the process. Well, I've done my best to show why these characters make our blood boil. Rachel, Shou Tucker, Griffith, and Malty. But what about you? Which characters would you put on this list of most hated?